Hey everybody, what's going on? I know, it's been a long time. Let me backtrack a little bit. My last vlog was August 21st. I know that's a long time ago. Sorry. But the day after that last vlog was my birthday, which was amazing. I got spoiled, really spoiled. And then I did mention also in that vlog that on the 31st, hey buddy, of August, my son Antonio was going to go for his next appointment with his orthopedist for his congenital scoliosis in his back. For those of you that don't know about that, I did post a vlog about his back and his condition. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go back and watch that vlog because it's all about him and his condition. So we went for the appointment, and they just, every time he goes in, they just do like a routine x-ray. Just to see if the curvature in his spine has changed at all. So they did that routine x-ray, and then, you know, the doctor always reviews it, comes in, talks to us, and, you know, if anything changes, we always go to the next, you know, what we're going to do from here. Oh, you okay? Oh, did you hit your knee? Are you okay? I'm sorry. So this little man here is the one I'm talking about. This is Antonio. So, so they did the x-ray, and then he came in and he told us that really the angle hadn't changed much. It's still right around 34 or 35 degree angle, which is where the curvature is in his spine. I do have a little bit of an image here that I'm going to show you. I don't actually have, I've tried getting into his medical records through their system, and I can't pull up the image to like copy it and paste it to a picture and then post it on the vlog. So I just had his doctor print out just a picture of the x-ray for me, so I can at least show you that. Hopefully you can see this. That is his spine right now. And right here, I don't know if you can see, but right around here, right above where the curve is, he mentioned that he's showing that his spine is starting to like turn, do a little curvature above where the deformity is in his spine. It's starting to curve a little bit to the left. And he said that's not really a problem. He said that's actually something that he's glad to see, because that's basically his spine just trying to compensate and keep him at a good angle, at a good posture. So right now, you know, as long as it hasn't changed, you know, that's good. You know, I mentioned in his vlog about his back that, you know, every time that we go in, we stay positive that we're going to get good news and that it's getting better. But just because we go in and we don't get that good news, as long as it hasn't changed and gotten worse, it's still a good appointment. Because if things do change and it gets worse, that's when we're going to have to like make drastic measures and say, okay, you know, we need to go to the next option, which might be surgery. So right now, as long as it's not changed, we're happy. And he's happy. So, and he's a healthy little boy other than what's going on in his back, and he runs and plays like a normal kid. And as far as his doctor knows, it's not causing him any pain or nothing like that. So, and he never comes to us and complains that he's in pain or nothing like that. So, I mean, he's, other than what's going on in his back, he's a normal little boy. And with his clothes on right now, you couldn't even tell that something's wrong with him. It's just, you know, whenever I give him a bath or you know, he runs around with a shirt on is when you can really tell. You gonna get down now? Down. Say bye. 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 Oh, okay. Don't forget your chocolate milk. What was I saying? Oh yes. So, you know, as long as, you know, if you were seeing him out, you know, as a stranger, you would never even know that something's wrong with our son. So, you know, he's just a joy. So after that appointment, we went into the month of September, and the month of September was a little crazy. Hurricane Harvey came through, and oh my gosh, poor Texas and all those people around that area got pummeled by that hurricane and flooded. Oh my gosh, we felt so bad for all of those people over there because it's just devastating. It ruins people's lives. I mean, it takes their home, and I mean, you lose everything when that happens. And then Hurricane Irma decided to grace us with her presence. Yes, we live in Florida, and oh my gosh, luckily where we live on the East Coast, but we're kind of like right in the middle of the East Coast. So, we saw the hurricane coming our way, and it was just massive, and poor the Dominican Republic and the Virgin Islands and all those places got hit really hard. And then we saw it coming towards us, and then Florida was under the state of emergency. And so, right now our house is still in the works of, not that it needs a lot of reconstruction, because it doesn't. Our house is concrete blocks, so I mean, we weren't like worried that our house was going to blow away or anything like that. But we haven't yet invested in some really good durable hurricane shutters yet for the house. And so there were things that we were panicking about, because it's been a long time since a hurricane of that magnitude has come this way. So we decided to go a little sooner than later and get plywood to put on the windows, and stock up on candles and water and non-perishable food items in case we lost power, because that's another thing that we don't have yet is a generator. And oh my gosh, that's just one of the things that you just have to have down here. You have to have a generator. You have to have hurricane shutters, especially when you live in areas that are prone to just get a devastating hit. And let me tell you, for those of you that don't live in states or areas along the U.S. that can get affected by hurricanes, going and trying to stock up on hurricane supplies and plywood and things like that, it is like Black Friday. Let me tell you, because there's no carts to get at Lowe's to go get plywood. All the carts are gone. All the water's gone. The shelves look like ghost town. There's nothing on the shelves. No bread, no water, it's just terrible. So, if you have to be smart, you have to go early and get these things. So, we were lucky this time. And, we did get some of the hurricane our way, and we got some really hard winds, and I think the hurricane came through on a Sunday, or was it I think it was a Sunday or a Monday. We had power up until about 10 or 11ish that evening, when the winds started really picking up, and then our power went out, obviously. So we, the only way to keep our freezers cold and our, the stuff in the refrigerator was like, okay, we know some things in there are going to go, like the milk and the cheese and lunch meats and stuff like that. We don't even take a chance. If we lose power, that stuff just has to go, because I'm not going to take a chance eating that stuff and getting sick. But the freezer, so what we do is we'll take almost a whole case of water if we can, and a couple days before the big storm comes, we'll just take bottles of water and just shove it in every nook and cranny of the freezer that we can, so they'll freeze. And then when we lose power, it keeps everything cold for at least a couple days. So we lost power that evening, and then our power didn't come back on until 24 hours later. So we were fortunate. We were one of the lucky people here in Florida that only lost power for 24 hours. I mean, there were some people that were out of power for a week. And luckily we have a really nice neighbor across the street that has a generator, and they actually evacuated. They went to Georgia, and then they came back the next day, the day that the hurricane had passed, and we were all out of power on our street, and he was like, hey, we have a generator, let us run ours, at our fridge and stuff for a bit, and then we'll run a cord over to your house and you can plug in your refrigerator. So that was really nice. I mean, they didn't have to do that because, you know, you have to have gas to run a generator, and that stuff's expensive. And that's another thing too, that you have to get it early when hurricanes come through, because people, I mean, you're like in 4 or 5 car lines in the gas stations waiting to fill up, and some of them are just out. They have no gas at all. So you have to go early and get it. You know, so the night that our power came back on, he had left to go get gas, which was very far. He had to go a far way to get the gas and come back. And then as soon as he came back to put the generator, you know, to fill the generator back up with gas and then run a line to our house, as soon as he got the gas back to his house, our power clicked back on. So he didn't have to bother with using his gas on our house. So that was nice. But we actually didn't get a lot of damage either on the outside. The day after the hurricane passed, you know, we did a full, you know, run around of the house on the outside just to see what damages we had and stuff. And we saw a lot of shingles in our yard, and we were thinking, oh no. A lot of downed branches and debris from, you know, people's yards that people don't pick up, because that's something you have to be smart about. You have to take everything out from around your house that can be blown away, because stuff can fly through people's windows or through your car windows, and it, you know, it can kill somebody. So, you know, we took all that stuff inside, but you know, as we're out walking around the house to see what damage we had, you know, there was a lot of shingles in the yard, and luckily it was not from our house. Our house held up very well during the storm, so we were really impressed with our house, you know, and the roof, because it's not new like just put on new, but it's not that old either, so it held up really good. So all the shingles that was in our yard was from other people's houses. But we have we had a palm tree in our front yard, you know, a full-grown palm tree, and one of the branches had got ripped off, and we were just thinking, oh, you know, it's one of the outer, you know, palm prongs that are hanging out there. So we just left it, you know, we was going to wait for it to rot and fall off, and there's this landscaping, the guy that comes through our neighborhood sometimes to offer to cut your trees and things like that and trim. What are you doing? And he came to the door and he said, you know, I was just inspecting your palm trees out there, and he's like, you know, I'm willing to, you know, trim your trees and stuff like that. And he's like, but the one out there that has the palm prong hanging, he's like, I just wanted to let you know that tree's gonna die. And we're like, why? You know, what happened? And I guess whenever the storm ripped that palm prong down, it tore part of the inside of the tree with it. So it just, he said eventually the tree would just rot and it would die. So we went ahead and let him just cut the tree down. And he, you know, he broke it up into a bunch of pieces and put it out by the road for us. So we didn't have to do anything. He did it all for us. So that was nice. And then, you know, at the end of September, Kurt went on a business trip for his job. He was gone for a week. He went to New Jersey. So I was here with the kids by myself, and you know, so there's just been a lot going on, which is why I haven't had the chance to really sit down and vlog, because I've been so busy and there's just been so much happening. But now we're in the month of October and things are starting to settle down some. We're not quite out of hurricane season yet, so we're still possibly going to see one more before it's over with, but we're keeping our fingers crossed that we're in the clear now. So we're now in the month of October, and things have settled down a little bit here at home. Kurt's back, and we're just trying to, you know, play catch up. Especially on sleep, because it's just been so crazy. And our youngest, our daughter Talia, she's 1.5 and she's teething still, so she's been she's been getting up in the night, you know, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, just screaming in pain. So I'll just go get her and bring her to bed with me, and you know, so it's just it's exhausting sometimes. You know, especially when you know your little ones go to bed, and then that's like my time to kind of just relax and wind down for the day, and you know, do what I want to do for me, and then I can go to bed. But it's usually later on. The kids, you know, she goes to bed around 7:30ish, and then Antonio goes to bed around 9:30. So by the time they're in bed, and then by the time I go to bed, it's usually 11:30. So, you know, I go to bed at 11:30. I finally get into a sound sleep, and then a couple hours later, she's up because she's in pain. So it's kind of like broken sleep. So you know how it is when you don't get a full night's sleep. You just feel really like drained the next day, and so I've been dealing with that too. So I've just been really tired. So we've got Halloween coming up, and my son Antonio just absolutely loves Halloween. He loves dressing up. He loves seeing all of the decorations, and he loves pumpkins, and he loves going to like Spirit of Halloween and walking around there and seeing all the cool decorations and stuff. We took him there last week and let him walk around, and he just he just loves that place. He loves going and, you know, messing with all the animatronic things that jump at you and make noise and talk and stuff. He just gets so like, wow, you know, like look at that. So I know this year is going to be a lot of fun with him. He's 3.5. He'll be 4 in February. So this year he's going to have a lot of fun trick or treating. He's going to be Lightning McQueen's driver. He's got the whole like jumpsuit and the hat and the shoes and everything. So. Well, my little one's awake. She was taking a nap. He must have went in there and woke her up. So he's going to be Lightning McQueen's driver, and then our daughter Talia, she is going to be a giraffe. We got a little jumpsuit, the little pullover giraffe suit, you know, and it's got the ears and the little whatever those things are called that stick up out of a giraffe's head, and then it's got a tail on the back side. So I just have to finish her costume. I have to get her a brown or kind of like a beige color shirt to go underneath of it. I've been trying to find like a giraffe print shirt or onesie that she can wear, and I just cannot find one anywhere. I've been on Amazon, I've been on eBay, I've looked at all the stores that I'm out shopping, I look and I just don't find one. They usually have just like a picture of a giraffe on the front, and it's like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Just give me like, you know, like shirts that you find or materials that you find that has like the cheetah print on it, and it's all like cheetah print. I'm looking for something like that in a shirt for her to wear underneath of her costume, because that would be perfect. But I can't find one anywhere. So I'm just like, so I'm just going to have to go with a solid color brown. That's okay though. But yeah, her theme when I was pregnant with her was animal print theme. Not animal print, but animals. Like Noah's Ark kind of theme, you know. She's got like giraffes and monkeys and zebras in her room, and I got like this whole wall art thing before she was born, and it's got like this huge tree that goes up the wall, and it's got, you know, an elephant and a lion and a giraffe, and it's got birds in the trees and owls and stuff. So her whole room was animals, and even her crib bedding set was all animals. So I just thought that was cute for a girl. You know, I wanted something different this time. You know, girls are usually princess or, you know, something along those lines, or Winnie the Pooh maybe, or something. But I wanted to do something different, something unique, because that's my personality. I like to be different and kind of stand out from the crowd a little bit. That's just how I am. So I wanted to do that for her, and it actually came out really cute, even though it was kind of like more brown than pink or purple or something like that, and more brown and greens. But my favorite color is green. Like, I'll show you my phone case. Like, this color green is my favorite color ever. Or like, let me show you this thing here. My Kurt, my fiance, bought me these like globe things, and I love it. They're so cool. I think he got them on Amazon, but it comes with a little pedestal, and you just sit. Isn't that neat? It's like a little I don't know, what would you call it? A little like glass ball. I'll tell you your fortune. No, I'm just kidding. But this color green, I love it. I just love it. And this, you know, I just love it. He's got me a green one, then he's got me a white one, and then he bought me this little tiny one. Isn't that cute? and then you turn it over and it looks like an eyeball. We scared the crap out of Tonio the other day. He was in here playing with us at the table, and Kurt was like, "Hey, Tonio, look." And he put it up to his eye like this. Tonio screamed and he ran away. So every time he comes in here and he sees it, he's like, "Eyeball, eyeball." He thinks it's an eyeball. So that's kind of funny. But this color green, I love green. I don't know what it is about green, but that's my favorite color of all time. Oh, let me put that back. Here's the white one, the white clear one. I like that too. That's so nice. But they're really heavy, so hopefully, the kids don't come running through one day and knock the table and they go falling off. But they're solid glass, so Kurt said if they fall down, they won't really break. They might crack or something, but still, even so, I don't want them to break. But, I liked the fact that her room was different. It had more browns and greens and, things like that. And, I kind of got a few, weird looks, really, you wanted that for a girl? But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then I made her this this blanket. We went to Hobby Lobby and I bought her what is that called? Embroider blanket that I have to sew and stitch and make the whole design on the front. And it was a whole scene of Noah's Ark, and it had 2 elephants and 2 giraffes and 2 monkeys and 2 cheetahs and 2 lions, and it had birds up at the top, and it was just so cute, and I couldn't pass it up. So I did that for her throughout my whole pregnancy. It took me 3 or 4 months to finally do the whole thing. And I'll find that, and then in my next vlog I'll show you guys if I can find it. It's in her room somewhere. She doesn't really use it because it's kind of hot, a hot blanket. So, but I wanted to do something special for her, so I did that. So anyway, I don't know how I just went off on that whole tangent of babies and themes and all that kind of stuff. Sorry. So as you can see, my brain is just kind of all over the place right now. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of where, we've been and what's been going on at home and how things have been here in Florida and just trying to get past the whole hurricane thing and oh my gosh. And then what was the hurricane after Irma? I can't remember the name of the hurricane that came after Irma. Can't remember. But that one completely devastated Puerto Rico. And we have friends that have family in Puerto Rico, and they're going to be out of power for months and months. And they just now got water back. So that's, a big step. But I mean, so much flooding and so much devastation for those people there. And our hearts just go out to them because I can't even imagine what that's like right now, because I know what it was like for us during the hurricane when we was out of power for just a day. I mean, it sucked. We had no AC. It was so hot in here, even though we had all the windows open and trying to get a cross breeze in here and all the fans were on. I mean, we were still just cooking. So we would just get in the car and turn the AC on, or we'd go shopping in a store where there was AC or a store that was open and try to find stuff. But oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what those poor people are going through right now. It's just, it has to suck so bad. And a lot of people lost their lives too, and that's just, it's so devastating, you guys. I feel so bad for them, and I want to help as much as I can, and I wish that we were able to do something for all those people there, but all we can do right now is just pray that, they can get through it and rebuild their lives and their homes. It's going to take a long time to rebuild a lot of that. St. Martin and places like that are tourist places got devastated too during Hurricane Irma. And Kurt's family, I mean, they go to St. Martin a lot, and that place is just non-existent now. I mean, there's nothing there anymore. Everything got pummeled. So it's going to take a long time for these places to rebuild, even if they do. They may not. So anyways, that's what's going on here. So I hope everyone is doing well, and you guys are getting ready for Halloween and getting in the spirit of the seasons coming up and the holidays, because we are now in that time of the year where we've got Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. Which I can't even believe that, you guys. I don't know if it's the same for you, but to me, this year feels like it's gone by so fast. Like, I'm just like, how is it almost Christmas already? I can't believe it. Luckily, I've been going early this year, and every time I go shopping, I'll grab a couple things for the kids and just stick it up in the closet. Because I'm usually one of those people that waits until the last minute to go Christmas shopping. So luckily, I'm a little bit ahead of the game this time. But it's still just like mind-blowing that we're almost out of 2017. It's kind of crazy. So anyways, that's what's going on here. And I hope everyone is doing well. And subscribe to the channel if you like my videos, because I'll be posting more throughout, as time goes on. And you'll get to know us a little more. And give me a thumbs up if you like the videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.